they're really impressive numbers, right, from the outset. What does it tell us, though, about the rebound and also how much work there is still to be done?
Right. Well, it is indeed a very optimistic figure for this particular quarter, as you say, 21.4% growth, which is the fastest since 1968. And on the surface, that sounds great. We've seen a recovery in trade with China and with the U.S. Obviously, businesses reopening after a virus shutdown earlier in the year, and consumers are kind of making up for lost time during that period. But what happens next will depend on the spread of the virus, which reached a new record pace in Japan last week, and government officials are hinting that there may be some fresh restrictions on people's activities coming up if we don't see a sort of leveling out of the numbers. Of course, there are fresh waves of the virus hitting the US and Europe, and that could mean that exports would struggle again over the winter months. So I think nobody is relaxing at the moment, even though these figures look good for today.
When we look at, you just mentioned, weakness overseas, weak exports, not good for Japan. So how about the RCEP deal? Now the biggest trade deal in the world. What does it mean for Japan? Will it help?
Yes, I think there's certainly some hope that this will help. Japan's trade ministry welcomed the agreement, as you say, the largest global trade regional trade agreement in the world at the moment. Japan's reaction was that the ban on demands for technology transfers and the protection of intellectual property will help build free and fair economic rules. Also, the cuts in tariffs should be helpful for Japan. One of the most significant things is that it brings together China, Japan, and South Korea, and these three Asian economies have failed to reach their own separate trade agreement. So that could help trade between Japan, exports from Japan to China. But one of the disappointments for Japan is that India is not taking part. So clearly this agreement is going to be extremely dominated by China as by far the largest economy. And although there's been a statement saying that India will be welcome to rejoin in the future, I think there will be some disappointment today in Japan that has not already been achieved.